You guys seen this? Over the last couple days, Tommy F-Stop, Tom Segura has picked up this photography hobby, dropped a few really good carousels of images. It's just some street photography that he's been shooting with a Leica, or a few different Leicas, and a Rolleiflex too. And it just got me thinking about the absolute magic that is photography and how it's so accessible to everybody. And if a lot of you make money with photography, or if a lot of you watch this and you try to make money with your photography, I want you to know that it will absolutely 100% change your relationship with it. So let's dive in a little bit about why I think it's so important for someone like Tom to be doing photography, to be expressing themselves through this way, and why it's important for us as photographers to continuously find this love and this joy in the craft that we're doing. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Sergio and I'm a commercial photographer here in Victoria, BC. Been shooting a little over a decade now, and the vast majority of that was because other people were telling me and paying me to shoot something for them. Now that doesn't mean that I didn't start this because I love doing this to begin with, but the vast majority of my assignments have been because I was paid to do them, and I probably wouldn't have shot nearly as much if I wasn't getting paid to do it. So there's a little bit of a misconception of, hey, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But I think Tom Segura here is a great example as to why that just isn't the case. His career is to tell jokes for a living. If he is doing what he loves every day and he has everything at his disposal, why would he need to escape into this other hobby or into this other thing? Sure, maybe it's because he's got a bunch of extra time on his hands and he gets to see all of these cool, interesting places, but we'll get into that in just a sec. What I mean is that even at that level of having everything that you want, being perfectly successful in your career, you still want something else. And if that perfectly successful career is you as a photographer, you're always going to want something else that isn't photography, or at least not the photography that you're getting paid to do. And I think that's what's kind of important to think about is to, okay, well, maybe I'm not getting paid to do this kind of stuff, but what is it that I like to shoot? Why did I start shooting? Because that will ignite the passion that I have in those projects that I don't enjoy. If I can find that love of, for me personally, maybe it's immortalizing a moment or just capturing a moment in time that didn't used to exist. Well, if I can think of that on those shoots where I'm not enjoying myself, or on those shoots where I didn't feel like getting up that day, or whatever the problem I'm complaining about is, well, if I can apply that love for it on those days, well, it'll help me get through it and maybe just trust that process a little bit longer. I don't want to say you fall out of love as a photographer when you do this for money, but there is a certain transactional value that you have with a camera in your hands. And it's hard to sometimes just go and pick up a camera and be like, oh, well, I'm going to go do this for free, because it feels like you're doing it for free instead of just because you love doing it. If you just love doing it, then the money doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much time it took you. It doesn't matter how you're just worried about taking a cool photo and doing something that you love to do. And I think someone like Tom here going on these amazing trips and getting to see the world through the lens that he has built for himself as a stand-up comic, well, he gets to immortalize all these places that he goes to. And if he picks up photography and he understands a few different compositional tricks and he understands a few different maybe film stocks to get the look that he wants to get straight out of camera, playing with some really cool fancy cameras, sure, whatever it is. Maybe even it's just the tech of it, the cool manual loading of film and feeling of how a camera feels when you take that photo, when you immortalize a piece of light on a light-sensitive frame. All of that can trigger that love that you have for photography. There's a million reasons to fall in love with photography, even if it's just the lifestyle that it awards you. The career around it for me was the only thing that I felt made sense for the way that my mind works and how I like to live my life. Photography can be the love of the tech, like I just mentioned. It can be that love for creating these moments that don't exist, or immortalizing moments that don't exist, or having memories that you can look back at and keep on forever. Tell me the reasons why you fell in love with photography. Tell me what it is that keeps you going. And I think just in writing out that comment, you don't even need to press submit if you don't want to, but just writing it out will just help your mind think of those reasons as to why you love it in the first place. Maybe we'll help you get out and shoot in the rain if you don't feel like going out next time, or maybe we'll help you in those situations where you're just not feeling as motivated. Thinking back about those things where you're like, oh man, this is what's so cool about photography. I don't have to go do this. I get to go do this. This is a gift that is awarded to me. This is it's something you should feel fortunate to go out and do. And I think when we're getting paid to do this, it's something we always forget about. I tell you guys a lot to go work for free. It'll help your business, but even if it helps you and your peace of mind, I love photography because it helps me get into this flow state of I don't think about anything else but the photography. I'm just pure zoned in on taking that next photo. And whether that's street photography or whether that's getting paid to do it on a big commercial set, I get into that same mindset. And it's maybe not always a good thing, but if I need to clear my head of something, or if I need to, I don't know, if I'm suffering from a breakup, or if I am going through, I feel like actually the two main times I have created a new body of work that all I cared about was creating the next photo, and I didn't care how much work it costed me or how much effort or time or money it costed me. All I cared about was creating the absolute best body of work I could. The last two times I've completely revamped my portfolio have been through breakups and through, I just needed to channel my mind to something else. And if that's what photography allows for you, then lean into it as much as possible, whatever it is for you. I don't know if Tom is necessarily going through something and he just needed an outlet to be able to go photograph. Maybe it's just immortalizing these memories and these trips. But whatever it is that's attracting you to photography, I want you to just try to not forget about it. It's a long road, and it's such a, I know so many people that have just come and gone, or I picked up photography. Oh, I used to do this. Oh, I used to have a camera. Oh, I have some camera. It's like collecting dust in the corner. Oh, it broke. I never fixed it. I never forgot. Oh, I just use my phone now. Or, oh, no. There's so many excuses to just give up on photography. Especially if you do this on the side, or if it's not if this wasn't my everyday, all day, only day, like if it was not the only thing that I knew how to do, I might not do it as much as I do it, like if I only did it when it felt, or all the stars aligned perfectly and I just felt right, and there would always be a reason to just push it and push it and push it and push it. The magic in photographing, the emotions that it can trigger when you go back and look through images or look back through memories, they might not mean so much to everybody else, but when you go back and you can see that image or see something, you'd be like, oh man, that's just like, you can go back through a whole, hour-long arc in your head of what was happening around that single frame. And I think that's just so magical about photography. I love seeing people who seem to have it all figured out. They got everything they've ever wanted in life, and just pick up photography. And of course, yeah, they're going to go buy a Leica. But other than that, if it's not for, the fancy gear, and even if it is for the fancy gear, like, cool, that's fun. Like, the Hasselblad X2D is a beautiful, super cool camera. And any hate that I have towards it is mostly related around the jealousy that I don't have one. And I think most of you should probably feel the same way about most things you don't have if you take a hard look at yourself. So good for him for being able to afford it and have the time and the luxury to be able to photograph all of these cool places and on these cool cameras. I think it opens up more doors for photographers. I know there's going to be a lot of people who are like, oh, you can't call yourself a photographer. You don't know this, that. I learned all of these things, and you don't even know, but you can't take that away from, everyone's a photographer nowadays, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. More people enjoy photography, then more people will join the craft, and more people will value the craft, and then maybe more clients will be like, hey, I need photographers for my thing. And maybe because of that, down the line, you'll make a couple extra bucks down your pocket. Thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me ramble on this one. I just picked up Instagram and saw that Tom started a photography page, and I thought that was pretty neat, and I just wanted to share a few of my thoughts. Let me know yours. Let me know if you think it's a good or a bad idea, if celebrities or people who don't know anything about photography are calling themselves photographers or opening up Instagram pages or whatever. I feel like when I started photography, it was a lot more of a hateful place or a cool guys club, I think, and I don't know. I feel like nowadays there's a bit less of that. There's probably still a lot of that anyway, but there's a less of that, and I think we're just all happy that there are other people shooting, and at least that's my stance on it. So let me know yours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a couple days. Later.